Hello again.
Morning.
Hey, everybody. So, if you are watching this, that means that you are part of our Metabolic WebStore family. And we want to say hi and welcome. And
Hey.
we are the WebStore team. So, real quick, we'll do like an introduction and let's just say like our name, what we do, where we live. And if we've, had any sort of personal experience with metabolic, just for all of those out there watching, they get a sense of who we are. I'm Claire. I'm the Chief Wellness Officer here. I live north of Atlanta in a suburb, and I have been involved with metabolic, I swear to you, my whole life. I started using the protein drinks as a kid when I was dancing with the Florida Ballet and ended up working at the Mandarin Center in high school and have gone on to basically work in some capacity with metabolic for most of my life because I'm such a big believer in this product line. So that's my story. Mariah, do you mind going next?
No, hi, I'm Mariah. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. I've been with Metabolic 12 years actually this October, and kind of started as a client, then a receptionist, then just kind of worked in a lot of different facets, and now I'm a part of the web store team. I still do the drinks and the herbal support and our vitamins. I really believe in the quality of our products and how they're manufactured, and obviously I see the proof every day with our clients.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Cheryl, how about you?
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Cheryl Quast. I'm with Metabolic with the web store as a virtual health coach. So I help people all over the United States of America in coaching them a couple times a week just to keep them motivated and keep them going. I've been involved with Metabolic. I was in the centers in the OOs. And then I took another job in Birmingham, Alabama, and I live currently in Fayette, Alabama. You'll never find me. Anyway.
I heard that two of your clients did find you this weekend.
They
Is that right?
did. I have a couple that's doing the program. They're down 26 pounds out of their household.
Whoop,
Their
whoop.
name's Debbie and Dennis. And I just enjoyed that we were talking about prepping for a trip. And I said, well, where are you going on your trip? And they said, Chipley, Florida. And I was like, what? And I was like, I want to meet you. And so we got to meet Sunday for a few minutes. And it was just it was just wonderful. I felt so honored that they would take, some time out of their schedule and travel to come and meet me. And we just had a really nice chat, and it was really good. So that's the kind of stuff that pumps me up. And you never know what location I might be in: Louisiana, Illinois, New York City. You never know. So I have done Metabolics program 3 times. I keep coming back to it because I know it works. And that's the reason I've been doing it for over 21 years.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. And then Debbie is our newest member to our metabolic family. Tell us about yourself, Debbie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Debbie DeLeo, and I live in a suburb. I'm about an hour away from Chicago, Illinois. And I actually started Metabolic back in June. That was the first time that I started. And Cheryl is my virtual health coach. She's amazing. She has helped me every step of the way. And I just wanted to lose 10 pounds for a vacation. And she was there to support and guide me. And she totally got me where I needed to be. And I'm very thankful for her. She's very knowledgeable, which is also helping me because I take care of the web store. So I'm web store support. All of the people that I work with have been very helpful. The guidance, the support that they give me on a daily basis is amazing. This is a wonderful place to work for and a great team of people.
Aw.
That's
Well,
awesome.
so we have been talking on our staff meetings about how can we really support virtually our clients through the holiday season, because you may be aware the average American gains minimum 15 pounds between now and December 31st. And of course, nobody wants to put on that kind of weight. I was telling my team earlier that this weekend I spent some time with an adult female friend, and she was just talking about how she just spent a bunch of money on a weight loss plan. And now she's not even sure she can do it or she can stick to it. And she's feeling like she spent a bunch of money and she wasted it. And so I asked her, why did you make that purchase now? And she said, I just hate the way I feel. I hate the way my clothes fit. And the thought of putting on more weight just makes me, want to puke. And so I think we can all relate to that. That's a really honest statement. So if you guys like this, we may end up doing these weekly just to kind of give you some bursts of motivation while we're getting through the holidays. So we thought we'd start today with just Halloween. What are our experiences with Halloween? What works, what hasn't? I would say for me, Halloween is really hard because I still have school-age children in my home. And so Halloween is still a big thing, right? Where we decorate the house and we have candy and we have all this stuff. I guess for me, when I start this time of year, I get back on my appetite suppressant regimen. So what that means for you is, as a maintenance client, as someone who's managing my weight, I do that most of the year just through diet and exercise and trying to, be moderate. But when it comes to this time of year, I will pull out the big guns and I will get on a daily regimen of the enhancer or the all-day weight loss. I kind of go back and forth depending what I'm in the mood for, but it really gives me some appetite, support. Because if you don't crave it, you don't want it, right?
That's right.
You just can make it a blank slate. You just don't want it. So I really try to stick to some sort of additional support and just acknowledge that this is hard. Everywhere we go at the school, everywhere you go at the mall, everywhere you go everywhere, is tempting. So that for me has been my biggest kind of ongoing hack that I use every single year to help us manage the bombardment of smells and temptations. So what about you guys? What have you found that's worked?
I'll just tell you, for me, I want to back you up on it. When it gets to the holidays, I've got to have my all-day weight loss. I'm a sugar addict. I mean, hi, I'm Cheryl. I'm a sugar addict.
Hi,
So it is imperative that I have some staples in my life to keep me strong enough not to go for the sugar. When I was doing the program and I had kids at home back in the 00, I would buy things that I did not like. Like, my thing is Reese Cups, Snicker bars, the ooey ooey gooey, right? So what I learned from myself, that was, I know, but they are in my world. That is good stuff, things have shifted for me. And so I don't have kids. So all I do is if I do anything from a granddaughter, which I will, it will be, she likes suckers. That's not my thing. She likes the gummy sour patch. Not my thing. So it's really not going to be hard this year. But, going further into the holidays, there's just so much activity. So, staying prepped up. That's what I encourage my clients, is to buy a bowl. And if you don't have to give it out, don't touch it. And be sure it's all gone when when the day's over.
Yeah, leave that bowl out on the porch after when you turn the lights out. Yeah.
Yes.
Let someone take it. Yeah, I do the same thing. I'm going to buy Twizzlers because me and licorice aren't friends. So I'll have no temptation. The problem is this is my first Halloween living in my new house. So, you don't know how to manage your expectations of trick-or-treaters. So I, of course, want to have candy to give out, but I in no way want to have leftover candy when the night is over, because I have this thing, and that's a lack of willpower. I recognize it about myself, some people. I once had a friend that she could get like a large Babe Ruth bar, and she could literally go to the break room and just take a nibble and then like wrap it back up and like put it away till the next time she had a hankering.
So those people are annoying.
I wish, right? Like, I wish I could, but I can't. So I'm just going to do my best to limit my temptation, but I will have fat and carb blocker on hand just in case, like someone drops off a Reese's cup or something.
Yeah, fat and carb blocker is a good product too. You can take it and it helps absorb some of the extra fat and the extra carbs. And it's actually on sale right now. It's $10 off. So if you don't have a fat and carb blocker, that might be a great product that you want to get. Go ahead and get to. It's not going to block, to be honest, it's not going to block all your fat and carb. Okay. So it's not a license to kill. You don't get to take fat and carb blocker and then go pig out. Right. But I mean, it is extra support. Mariah, my mom was like that. My mom could have a Snickers and she'd keep it in the freezer. And that Snickers bar would last like a month. And I'm like, who is this chick? Like, how does this happen? I just don't have that. I mean, I am very much all or nothing. It's easier for me to not have it, and then I don't get started, But once I kind of get that taste in my mouth,
Mhm.
it kicks something off in my body. And I swear to you, it's like body science. It's not mental. It is a thing. And then I'm like, oh, I want candy.
I self-manipulate where if my fiance leaves just some ice cream in his pint, because he can go and just have a few bites. If it hasn't been touched in 3 days, I see that as he doesn't want it. You know, that means
Right?
it's been 3 days. You don't want this. Like this, it serves you no purpose, you know?
So do you throw it out or do you eat it?
Oh, no, I eat it. Yeah, no.
Claire,
That's why
I'm
we don't
gonna
buy
go-
ice cream. Again, the willpower thing. It's like it just rears its ugly head over and over again, especially this time of year. You know, I will say one thing. We always tell our clients to make sure you have a big meal before you are passing out the candy. You know, if that's going to be your evening's activities, you know, making sure that you've had a good solid meal, have an H&S. You can do things like make gummy bears out of your H&S. You could give yourself, you know, your own little candy, or you can make double chocolate pudding balls, you know, that you put in the freezer and
Yeah, those are good.
pop those. You know, don't just restrict, try and replace, you know, if it's something that you're going to miss.
Yeah, that's actually good. Don't restrict, try to replace. Like, what's a swap? You know what I mean? Like, I know when I was doing program, I one time ate an entire box of double chocolate pudding in one night. I'm talking like 7 packs, you know? But what I had been doing prior to starting the program was having like a pint of Ben and Jerry's every night.
Right.
So I felt so ashamed. I felt mortified. I almost thought about not going back to the center because it's embarrassing. I just ate like a box of double chocolate. That's supposed to last me like 2 weeks. You know, what's my deal? And then my consultant was so nice. She was like, well, that's okay because that pudding is still way better than the pint of Ben and Jerry's. And I was like, okay, you know, like this is doable if that's the case. And it really was just a good swap. And I'm not saying go eat 7 packets of double chocolate pudding, but I would say is just getting in that habit.
Mhm.
I was able to get it down then to where 1 packet was enough, you
Mhm.
know, but you had to sort of get out there. So let me go to Debbie because she's our newest member. And this is probably your first Halloween. Is that right? On the Metabolic, you're doing maintenance right now.
It is. And something that I have kind of learned along the way, I have a college student and I have a high school student. So they still like the Swiss cake rolls and the Suzy Q's and all that kind of stuff. And I don't want to deprive them of things that they like, right? So chocolate is my kick. When I was pregnant with both of my kids, like my kids can't get sugar highs. I would eat frosting out of the cans. So Cheryl, I'm you. There is that. There's that addiction. And I remember I would eat frosting. It was vanilla with one of my kids and chocolate with the other. But I would eat it with strawberries because, you know, mentally I'm having strawberries.
Fruit.
I'm eating well, right?
Mhm.
But it was crazy. So I have now learned I will buy stuff for my kids. I put it on their bed and it needs to stay in the room.
All right.
I see it, I'm gonna eat it, and I don't want it. Halloween around here by me, I don't have a lot of little kids, so it's changed over the past few years, which has been helpful. So I can just put that bowl outside. I also have 2 big dogs fighting, you know, candy from the bowl to give to the kids, so the dogs didn't get it. It was just a bit much. So life has gotten easier in regards to that for me. The other thing that I actually would like to talk about though is the hot chocolate. Right now, being in Chicago, it is super cold here. We're ranging between, I don't know, 40s to 80s in a week. You never know.
Mhm.
The hot chocolate has been amazing. And the pudding, I also eat warm. That was my other thing. So I like to put the warm water in that just to keep it warm, just because I want that sugar,
Mhm.
that flavor of the chocolate. And, you know, it makes me think that I'm having like all this bad stuff and I'm really not because it's
Mhm.
so good.
Mhm.
And it is
It's
so
delicious.
It is really, really good. I was just looking to see if I had a box of hot cocoa and I should, but I'm not seeing it. I do have the pudding right here. You know, and I will say, I mentioned earlier that like I started using these products as a protein supplement when I was dancing with the Florida Ballet. You know, somebody asked on the Facebook group recently, can kids are these kid friendly? It's a product. Yes. You know, somebody can use this for their diet. And if you haven't had the double chocolate pudding, and the creamy hot cocoa is the same, it's just, you know, a packet, and you can mix it with as little water as you want and make it more fudgy, or you can mix it with a ton of water and make it, you know, runny or soupy. You can mix like fat-free, sugar-free Cool Whip in there, or, you know, you can do some things like that to give it a moussier texture. I mean, there's really a lot of great things. And I agree with you on the creamy hot cocoa. The one thing I like about the hot cocoa is because it's warm, I can't just slam it. You know, I can wolf this down if I wanted to in a heartbeat, but the hot cocoa, it's a warm drink. And so it lingers a little bit. It takes a little bit longer to drink. And so that's nice. But if you're in somewhere like Florida, like I was just in Florida last week and it was still 90 degrees. You're in Florida. I mean, it was hot.
No sleep.
So, you know, the creamy hot cocoa actually does make a super great cold shake as well. So it's really versatile product. And I guess while we're still on that note, and let me see if I've got one that I can easily grab for you, the Meta Shake. That chocolate Meta Shake is so chocolatey, and it's got all kinds of like veggie greens and fiber and probiotics. It's got a lot of stuff in there. I think that's kind of a good like 4 p.m., you know, after school snack, if you will, that keeps you really full, but it also has that like rich flavor that you feel
It
like
makes me want one right now.
yeah,
I know.
well, when we get off, go have them.
They're so good.
So anyways, I think that, you know, this has been a lot of fun talking to you guys, and we're going to try to get this posted on the Facebook group. And if you guys, you know, liked watching this and liked just hearing this conversation, please let us know. We would love to do more of these for you. We would also even like to maybe do a Facebook Live if you were interested, where you could join us and you could ask us your questions. So give us some feedback. What questions do you have? What would you like to hear more of? But this is your WebStore team in one shape or the other. You're working with one of us, or some of you are working with many of us. And we really want you to be successful. We want all your friends to be so jealous when the end of the year happens and they've all gained 15 pounds and you're rocking it, you know, killing it in control. That's what we want for you. We want you to really feel proud of yourself and feel proud of the investment that you're making and get the most bang for your buck. So
Absolutely.
with that, we're going to sign off. If I can ask my team real quick, let's sign off and then let's jump back on real quick just for a recap. Thanks, you guys. Have a great week.
Oh, bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye.